Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. 131 WebRadio, ANZCAR trucks here, live from Phoenix Raceway. With me in the commentary booth, Mr. Danny G himself, and I'm Roger Clark, and we have Kyle Withy on the cameras. How's it going, fellas?
Yeah, not too bad, Rog. How are you doing?
Yeah, good, mate. Good. Been a while since I've done this, so just as we go, and yeah, hopefully we see some good racing tonight.
Yeah, no, you'll do all right, mate. Yeah, no, we should see some good racing tonight. We've got about 33 cars, I think it is, 33 trucks tonight. So yeah, it's looking to be a pretty good field.
Excellent. We take a look at the weather. A clear evening, 71 degrees Fahrenheit. The track temperature of 73 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm not 100% sure what that translates to in Celsius. It'd be pretty cool. Winds coming in from the southeast at 7 miles an hour. We have a humidity of 33%, and it is rising. You see, there's not much time left in the practice. And what are your predictions for the evening tonight, Dan?
Well, if we go by previous history, you'd got to say probably quite a number of wrecks here. For some reason, Phoenix just generates that. I don't know if it's the racetrack or what it is. A fair few wrecks, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, it's I can remember being part of a race here that didn't go very far. I think that was pretty much one of the last times we well, I ran at Phoenix. I do like the track, I will admit. It's it's always a very cool track to race on. A little bit different, and it's nice to see when people start getting a bit of a hang of it. I mean, there's some exceptional racing that you can get off down the stuff like that. Bit of a struggle getting the power down off 3 and 4, but yeah, generally makes for some pretty good racing. So we're about to go to qualifying. So right, just got to get my top 10 information. And right, so our top 10 in the trucks, we have Matt Danson on 322 points and Michael Skurlock on 322 points. It's tied for first. Jason Williams on 308, Jackson Keller on 285, Gavin Sadler, Ricky Cornwall, Dave Douglas on 263 and 262 respectively. Aaron Hilton, Nick Walsh on 247, 245, and Will Barrington on 243. We've heard that Will Barrington has had mechanical issues with his racing PC, so we don't know if we'll see him back in the in the short term. Hopefully he gets back. He can salvage some of his top 10. Yeah, it's tight at the top by the looks of those points. What do you reckon, Danny?
Yeah, well, it's anyone's game, and I mean, like with all the problems we could face tonight, you never know what's going to happen between Danson and Skurlock. I mean, they're tied for the lead. You got all these guys still in the back there: Jackson Keller, Gav Sadler. I mean, they're only a race behind. Yeah, so 3 races to go still, and anything can happen here tonight. Yeah,
this is true. It'd be interesting to see how it all sort of plays out. Sort of just having a look at the trying to pick up some of the front runners. Danson hasn't gone out on track yet. Neither has Gavin Sadler. Ricky Cornwall's put in a 26.8, which has put him provisionally on third. Nick Walsh has put in a 26.7, which is fairly rapid. That's put him on first on the grid provisionally, as you see more and more drivers coming out. Kevin Bomford has just pulled up 27.3.
Yeah, I'm just having a look at Dave Douglas at the moment. He's just about to start his flying lap. We'll see what Dave does. takes the higher side through sort of turn 4 and cuts down into turn 4 there. It goes down the high side. I think you want to sort of take a bit of a, I don't know if the outside line's really going to come in tonight. It does seem to be along that yellow line, which is what Dave's trying to do and get a good run coming off of turn 2. But I think you pretty much want to be on the inside line tonight.
Yeah, well, this is all going to change though once you start racing, and once you start having all the traffic and the usual racing deals that go on. I mean, for his hot lap, yeah, that would be a bit of an ideal situation for his hot lap. As we see, it's put him provisionally onto 4th in the grid, 26.9, which is it's fairly rapid. I mean, he's not hanging around. He'd be doing a good 150 miles an hour into 3 and 4. Yeah, trying to see who else is coming out. We have Matthew Cloet from Middle Finger Racing. He's looks like he's just starting his hot lap, coming down into the backstretch. See how he goes. Also holding it very tight to the bottom line, around 3 and 4.
Yeah, it's almost like he's diamonding the corner, which he can do here.
Yeah, Matty's actually quite well known for doing that. I mean, he is actually one of our teammates, and he's always going on about a lot of the shorter tracks, diamonding the corners, and I guess it sort of paid off. He's provisionally 5th on the grid, so not a bad time of 26.8. We try and find our next driver, Skurlock. Michael Skurlock, who's tied for 1st in points. See how he goes.
Yeah, he's going to probably want to put in a decent qualifying effort tonight, I'd say. Get himself out of the mess, basically, that's going to happen from midfield back. It takes a pretty decent line coming through turns 1 and 2. Get a good run down into the dog leg here. Just closed tonight by the looks of it. Got the cones out, so they won't be dipping below it. He sort of like bottom line even goes underneath the yellow line there, picks up some grip, and see where this puts him on the timesheet. 10th.
Oh, it's not overly quick, but I mean, then again, there's what's that? less than half a second, just about bloody. Oh no, bit more than that. Sort of from 1st to 18th, there's a second splitting bloody 17 cars, so, or trucks rather. So again, oval racing, bringing out a lot of real tight racing. So that's just normally the way it is, and that's what we like to see. Nick Walsh.
Jason Williams also. Now, sorry. And he sits in 3rd in the points in the championship points, only 14 points behind. So let's see what he can do here. Coming to his flying lap now. He takes the tight line through turns 1 and 2. Will he get down into the apron here? I'd say he does. Off into turn 3. Seems to be hugging that yellow as he can. Let's see if we get a good run. We'll just see where this puts him on the timesheet. Just notice that the guys doing that aren't seeming to sort of go that quick. I put him up into 3rd though. So it's a good result.
Yeah. Stephen Williams is actually just stolen pole off Nicholas Walsh with a blisteringly fast time of 26.68, which is extremely rapid. I'd still like to see where Matt Danson's going to qualify, unless he isn't going to qualify and he's going to just start from the back.
Yeah, he hasn't pulled out on track yet, but yeah, it's a great job by Nick Walsh actually, sitting up there in 2nd at the moment. Still about 10 or so drivers who haven't competed for laps yet, but none of them seem to be coming out onto the track.
They might just be sitting around waiting, eating their ice creams, and
Jake Maloney's come out on track. We know Jake's a capable guy, so he'll probably give him a good run for his money. They didn't seem to put any laps in during practice, but we'll see how he goes here in qualifying.
yeah, Jake's normally he's a bit of a tough customer. He knows what he's up to, and he knows how to hustle these trucks and the other oval cars we race in the series, different series. So he'll definitely be one to watch. And I mean, from past experience, he is also one of those drivers that he may not set a blisteringly fast qualifying time, but he's very capable in a longer run. So yeah, always one to watch.
He actually dipped below I think he just hit the wall there. I don't know if that lap time won't, because no, he did get the wall before, and he just spun it. He's about to spin it. I'd hold on to it. It's a great slide. Yeah, he's done very well.
That's a bit of a bugger for him.
Yeah, Matt Danson is on track at the moment. It's just about to start his lap. He's just going through turns 3 and 4 now, and onto the front stretch. See what he takes here through 3. Gets down to the yellow line, just underneath it. See what he can do getting off turn 4. Wasn't that overly quick in practice. I think it was about 12th or 13th. Pulls in a lap. That is 13th. So about where he practiced that. In fact, very, very close. Practiced it at 27.047 and qualified 27.048.
Might not be one of his tracks.
Oh, I think he won at the K&N race about a month or so ago on the K&N here.
Right.
He actually goes quicker on his second lap. He's qualified in 10th at the moment. And with only a couple of seconds left. That's pretty much where he's going to start. 10th place. There was a great job by Stephen Williams in the 98, qualifying up there in first with 26.668. He's over a 10th quicker than second place there, Nick Walsh.
Yeah, it's real tight. First all the way through to second. Not much time between drivers.
No,
as we have a quick rundown through the grid. We've got Stephen Williams on pole on the inside line, and Nick Walsh on the outside line. He'll be in second. Jason Williams in third. Michelle Callow the fourth. Gavin Sadler fifth. Raymond Yeager sixth. Ricky Cornell 7th, 8th is Matthew Clut, rather. Dave Douglas, Matt Danson, Aaron Dillon, Dwayne Priest, Todd Maxfield in 13th, Michael Skurlock in 14th, Bradley Cheney in 15th, Kai Sloggett, another MFR driver, in 17th. I haven't lost. Oh no, he's in 16th. Sorry. Daryl Hockey in 17th, Otis Caldwell in 18th. Damon Stockton 19th, Gareth Anderson 20th, Kevin Bomford 21st, Tristan Cock in 22nd, Michael Latter 23rd, Jake Maloney in 24th, and from there backwards we've got all the drivers behind Jake Maloney. They haven't come out and set a time, and they are Reece Sanders, Scott Butler, Ben Doughty, Terry Marwood, Aaron Wilton, Riley Curtis, Matt Hunter, and Brian Richmond. So, Danny, what do we think as the pace car and the pack leaves? Favourites on the night?
Oh, I'm not too sure. I'm probably going to say there's going to be an upset in all this. I mean, you got some different names up there in the top 10 than usual. Yeah, like I said, you never know what's going to happen in this track. But I'm giving the top 10 at the moment. It's going to be interesting. I'll give it that. I'll tell you.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a bit of an interesting race, to be honest. I don't even know who I'd be cheering on. Yeah, it's Phoenix. This is either going to be one of those really, really great races. You know, it's a bit like pair it too much with plate racing, but it's going to be either really good or really bad. So they get the green flag and they go.
Yeah, Steve Williams up to a pretty decent jump there. Jace Williams going to follow him and get into second. Looks like the inside line's going to prevail here, at least up the front. They're 3 wide on back. Dancing in the middle.
Oh, he's looks like there might have been a little bit of rubbing going on, but you know, this is stock car racing, and this is how it goes. Rubbin's racing, and it looks like we've all, you know, they've all gotten through lap 1 with no incident. Maybe a few banged up panels, but that's about it. It's always good.
Yeah, it's not too bad. You got Jason Williams all over the back of Stephen Williams at the moment, up in the lead here. Gavin Sadler slotted into third behind them, and then Damon Stockton and Raymond Yeager. They're pretty much single file. You got Jackson Kelly's drop. Looks like we're under a yellow flag though.
Yeah, let's have a look, see what's gone on there. Let's find the driver, I suppose.
The number 5 car, got him spinning, but I don't think he started it. Now, it was started up with a 696 of... who was that? Damon Stockton? 696, and the 171 of Otis Caldwell, and it looks like Damon just got in there and sort of turned Otis around. He didn't actually go around though, and then but behind him in the 5 car, in the 5 truck of Reece Saunders, he's sort of come around. I think he's the spin that actually brought out the call. Seemed to get help there from the 032. Yeah, not too many beat up panels in that, so that's not too bad. So the drivers will still be out there.
Yeah. Yeah, a bit unfortunate, you know, sort of straight away under a caution period, but you know, this is Phoenix. It is a shorter track. Things do happen around here.
Yeah, they do, especially heading into turn 3. It almost seems like a funnel. You sort of, even when you're on the high side, you sort of get down to the bottom pretty quickly. That just seemed to be what happened there. So the outside car sort of went down a little bit, but the inside car was already there, taking up the line.
Yeah, well, 2 don't go into 1. Unfortunately, you do see a lot of that around here. I've seen it before, been involved before in those sorts of wrecks, and it's a bit unfortunate, but you know, it's Phoenix. It's one of those things.
Yeah, most definitely is. Yeah, Jason Williams, he's snuck up into second now, and Gavin Sadler into starting on the outside line, which usually doesn't work too often unless you can nail the restart, but we really don't see that too often. So I reckon Gavin Sadler would be up in second place before too long.
Yeah, we can see them. I think they'll be starting to form up in this lap. Yep, pace car lights are out, so they will all be getting ready to rock and roll. Now, it's been a long time since I've driven at Phoenix, and I can't remember if it's pace car. I've got had one or two to green. Danny, you might have to fill me in.
It's 1 to green.
1 to green. Oh, there you go. Yeah, sorry, it's been a while since I've raced here. So.
Yeah, the other good thing about this being a mile circuit is the pace laps don't really go for that long, so they're pretty much back under green flag pretty quickly.
Yeah, that's always a bit of a bonus. I mean, it's not like Talladega or Pocono or Daytona where pace laps take about 2.5 minutes. Here we go, the pace car will be leaving the racetrack now, and see what Stephen Williams does when he goes. Let's see how the rest of the pack follows. And they're off.
Yeah, he's taken Sadler with him too. I think he'll get the spot there before too long through turns 1. If Williams can just sort of sneak down below him, I don't think he can though. The 15's there. But he gets it though, and he actually might get underneath Gavin Sadler here, going through the dog leg. Positioning going into turn 3, take second position back. Ricky Cornwell in the 15, getting under Jackson Callow. Some good racing back here.
Just find where everything's going on. So, actually watching it go.
Oh!
The 15 gets a bit loose. Oh,
Oh,
Matthew
that-
Clarkson's him. Oh, it's all happening. Oh no.
Yeah, that all happened up with Ricky Cormier. I think he just got loose entering turn 1. He was underneath Raymond Yeager in the 23, and yeah, he just loses the back end entering turn 1. Almost does a great job saving it, but unfortunately sort of saved it right where Matty Clout was trying to put his truck, and yeah, a couple of trucks involved in that.
Just trying to see, because that, I think it's the 696 gets loose there. The number. Oh, I might be looking at a different record together, Danny. But
yeah, there is actually one.
It kind of looks like the number 5 gets into the left rear corner, the 696 of Damon Stockton, and it sort of turns him around a little bit, and then straightens him up, and the 5 actually loses it, and Reece Sanders, and he actually ends up going down into Matthew Clinton.
Yeah, so there's 2 incidents there.
Yeah. I think it's just it's that usual thing. Everyone's all amped up and excited to try and gain positions while not even a lap in or 2 laps in, and you're going to have a lot of guys that are just taking it a bit more easy than some of the guys that are going pushing it, and this is sort of what happens. It's a bit unfortunate for those involved, and sort of see who repairs. And Matthew Klutz decided to park his truck and call it a night. He's been having a bit of a shocking run of late. That's the way it goes. Reece Sanders and Michael Latter's still parked up in the pits from the first wreck, so he must have sustained quite a bit of damage. I think everybody else has gone through and cycled through a pit stop.
A couple of people stayed out. I know the leader stayed out, Dave Douglas stayed out. I think Jason Williams pretty much led the guys coming in, and he's come off pit road first. I think you had Jason Williams, Raymond Yeager, Nicholas Walsh, Dwayne Priest, Kai Sloggett, Todd Maxwell, Darrell Hockey, Bradley Cheney, and everyone behind them. They've come to pit road, but there is a couple of cars at the front that didn't. I'll go and have a look at them. I believe they start from the 29 car of Maloney, or not even, Damon Stockton, probably even. There's actually more cars that I didn't think. Will Barrington there, I think, in the 43, or one of his teammates. There's about 8 to 10 cars that didn't pit, the rest of them did.
So there's going to be 8 to 10 cars that are going to have slightly older tyres. We are at lap 10. Even though it has been under pace laps, these tyres are still going to be wearing a little bit every lap. So
my bad, it wasn't Barrington, like you said at the start. I don't think he's racing tonight. It was actually his teammate Tristan Cobb, 43.
Right.
So yeah, the top eight, the standings at the moment, they have not pitted. We're going 1 to go now. Everyone behind them on back. It's going to be pretty interesting. They've got about five green flag laps on their tyres. It's enough to somewhere. It'll be decent for them to try to run here. They're going to have a little bit more grip.
Yeah, this should make a bit more of an interesting start. I know there is a lot more grip around here than, say, a track like Dover, where even on fresh tyres you still get a lot of wheel spin. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, a ton of wheel spin on Dover. I think that's what makes it so great. We've got actually Dover in 2 weeks, 150 laps there to finish off the season.
Oh,
it's going to be a great.
That's always going to be Dover. Oh, I know for you it's always a good race at Dover, Danny.
Yeah. That's a good win.
Just for the viewers, we're just going to apologise for the any technical glitches and issues that we have on stream.
Yeah, not too sure what happened there. It looked like everyone had sort of lined up for a start, but we're going around one more time. The lights are definitely out this time.
start's been delayed. This is always quite can be quite confusing for you know, the first time runners. I mean, the trucks being sort of one of the more introductory series, and then, you know, coming into Thunder and stuff like that. You know, I can remember it catching me out the first time I had a bloody delayed start, and you go, you know, you think, oh, you're going to go around a couple more times, but then you only go around once, and you know, you're away. So, should be interesting to see if it catches anyone napping.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I've had a few mistakes that come to pit lane when you're not supposed to.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're just about to go green.
Pace car's off, and
we're away. He goes. Yeah, he goes a little bit early. Still gets a great gap. I think Sadler will slot down Carlo. If he's smart, I think he will. Yeah, he'll get that. Bring him turn one. He sticks on the outside. That's surprising. Carlo's gone in there for a heap of speed. Ducked up in front of Dave Douglas, but they all get through. 6.96 under the bottom there. 29. Jake Maloney. Trying to get the position underneath him going through turn 4. Turn 4, just can't get it.
I think Todd Maxfield's serving a penalty. He's just pulled into the pits. We'll have a look and see what happens. I'll just quickly follow him and see what the go is.
Having a look at Dave Douglas, he's just fighting there for 4th. He's got Maloney on the outside of him. They were pretty close there entering turns 1 and 2. They seems to have the inside position here coming through turn 4. Maloney's done a great job sticking on the outside. Still sticks on the outside. He's going to get a great run down the front stretch, but I think Dave will get him into turn 1. We'll see. Oh, another yellow flag, but Maloney was doing a great job there on the outside. Yellow flag. And that is the 5 car again, from what I can see. Yeah, he's just he's got loose coming off turn 4. He's hit the wall. Off turn 4, hit the wall, hit the inside wall, and then yeah, mayhem occurred as obviously every truck sort of hit him on the way down the front.
See, Otis Caldwell, he looks like he's going to be in for either a long repair or he's going to be parking that truck behind the wall. Big puff of smoke that's coming out the rear end of that. Be some terminal damage there.
Yeah, no, there was an Illusion truck that hit him. I'm just trying to see, hopefully that wasn't Michael Skurlock. No, it was a 64. I think that's John Sorensen. Still going, but it was a pretty decent hit. Yeah, unfortunate there.
Yep. Wind things back to have a look at this wreck down the front street.
We got a little bit of mayhem here, just entering pit road. I think Dave Douglas held the position, but Jackson Culler was meant to get through him. He's gone around him now, but yeah, they don't really know where those drivers are, and it stacked everything up there at turn 4. Thought there was going to be a range. Hope there's from that can sometimes happen.
Yeah, saw quite a bit of it. I jumped into a server the other night and had a race, and there was quite a few those sorts of issues. I know since iRacing's brought out the you know, the cone where you go back, you know, a lot of guys have been getting that wrong. I mean, you shouldn't really be getting that wrong, you know, once you've got a bit of experience under the belt. But yeah, I mean, it's not a perfect system, but you know, it's just the way iRacing is, and I know a lot of the drivers have sort of worked out the little niggles with it, and you know, they can just sort of do their thing.
Yeah, I don't mind the cone actually, because a big complaint was just people just coming back onto the racetrack. But I personally haven't figured that out at the super speedways, sticking down on the apron until you exit turn 2. I don't know. I just can't. A lot of people seem to kill my lap time, so I'm losing a lot of speed down there. I haven't worked that one out.
I don't know. I've always found sort of, or rather, of late since the biggest issue for me is also, you know, I might end up putting a wheel up onto the racetrack because, you know, you're still trying to pick up as much speed as you can. You know, do like at say Talladega and trying to use as much of the banking as you're allowed. And yeah, drivers have to get used to it. I think I was more talking about, you know, like the backing up a drive. You know, we get a bit of a shuffle of the pack as we're, you know, we irate, still trying to decide, you know, who to let pass and stuff like that.
Yeah. And then actually an interesting moment, I'll go back to Homestead a couple of weeks ago where I lost the sound, so a couple of my Facebook followers will probably know what I'm talking about, but basically I lost all sound, I couldn't hear anything, and I came out of the pits and spun the tyres, ended up on like the road course at Homestead, which I've never been in before, and then through a sand trap, and I still got 90-second penalty for not exiting the pits properly.
Yeah, it happens. I mean, like I say, it's, you know, it's not a perfect system, but obviously they're still working on their little niggles and stuff like that. You know, as long as they're working on improvements, you know, obviously sort of can't complain too much, I suppose. As the lights around the pace car down the back stretch, getting ready to go.
Yeah, this is going to be one of those races, I think, where the leaders are going to... It's hard to know when to pit, because if all these cautions keep happening like they do, I think Steve Moon's just about to head off, but if the cautions keep coming, if the leaders pit and the rest don't, they're sort of then mired back in the field, and it's hard to know when to pit here. You've at least got the same 8 driver to stay out. Steve Williams goes, leads a bit later this time, and Jackson Callow follows him. See what Dave Douglas can do heading into turn 1. He's got position on Callow.
I think Stephen Williams held him up, tried to bunch him up on purpose, sort of. You know, that whole idea of like trying to, you know, that little bit of momentum you're carrying coming off that pace lap, you know, just to break everyone else's momentum up, you know, just a bit of a breather. As we see the 46 has actually gone under him. So that is Jackson Callow. He's down on the bottom line, so he will have the distinct advantage going through 1 and 2, and he does make it stick.
Yeah, Williams kept it pretty good on there on the outside line. He's going to get a good run coming down the short chute here into turn 3, but I think Callow's inside line is going to prevail eventually. Now Dave Douglas is sneaking his nose up.
Callow all the way down in the apron, that's a bit sketchy.
Yeah, he was well under it. Still got position here going into turn 1. I think Williams is going to clear him though on the high side.
Yeah, it looks like he has. He's made that stick. Now, has
in 3rd place.
Has Callow pitted? That is going to be the question, because if he hasn't, he might be running into strife with his tyres.
Yeah, that's true. I don't think he has, because the top pit had pitted. But we got Jason Williams now. He just crossed the line in 7th. He was the first truck out on pit road that did pit. He's actually got a little bit of damage on the front end, so I'm not sure what happened there, but he's putting his way back up to 7th, so he's starting to get around those those trucks that didn't pit.
Right.
So Dwayne Pretty sees him 6. He's just going underneath now the Ben Max car of Damon Stockton. He's the first truck to to have 4 tyres, so he's driven his way up 5th. Stockton actually fighting back on him here now on the inside. I reckon they prevail on the high side. Yeah, Stockton gives him a little bit of room though. Dwayne Pretty runs very high through turns 3 and 4. Probably going to get a great run coming down the front stretch though, which he does, and he should be able to clear.
He's cleared the Ben Max car as the 21 gets into the Ben Max car, turns him the big wreck down turn 1 and 2.
Yeah, Jason Williams, he got a little bit of damage through that too. He did hit the wall on the outside, hopefully not too bad. Still in the championship hunt here, but yeah, it looks like the 21 car of Marwood just got loose entering turn 1, and he come up into Stockton, and yeah, mayhem behind them. It's another car. 74 got involved. Danson didn't though. Danson did a great job of not getting involved. Sadler seems to have gotten through. It actually didn't take out too many cars, but another 25 car taken out too of Illusion Motorsports. Trying to figure out who that is. Aaron Wilton.
I think the 21 was just carrying a little bit more speed than the what's that, the 696. So tagged him in the rear and barred.
Yeah, I think the 696 Stockton. Yeah, and 696. I mean, those two were racing at the top there. They were side by side half a lap ago. So I think he's just probably checked up a little bit early, giving that position to Dwayne, and yeah, Marwood was just going a little bit too quick for that checkup. No harm, no foul, though. I mean, that happens.
Oh, that's just bloody oval racing, isn't it?
It is.
See, Otis Caldwell only have parked up their trucks and headed to the haulers.
Now we got everybody hitting pit road. We got Stephen Williams, Jackson Callow, Dave Douglas. Everyone that didn't pit has pitted. Gavin Sadler looks like he stayed out of the lead, along with the 80 car or the 03. A few cars that haven't pitted. I'm not sure if they're getting their laps back, but definitely Sadler's gone to the lead.
I will tell you in a second. Yes,
Oh.
I think Gavin might have pitted the last time round, so his tyres might actually still be fresh enough to, you know, sort of give him a bit of a run, change the whole dynamic of the race, and you know how drivers are gonna work, you know, these strategies.
Yeah, it was an interesting race off pit road. Jackson Callow actually beat everybody off pit road, but he's giving all his positions back, so I can only assume that he actually got pinged. So Stephen Williams did actually drop a few positions. Got out in front of him. Callow got out in front of him, but he's obviously picked something. Dwayne Priest got out in front of him. And then Stephen Williams. So he's lost a couple of positions, but we'll see what he can do on the restart. But you actually think that was like almost like an angel come down and touch these guys, because pretty much everybody pitted except for Gavin Sadler. A couple of others. Oh no, they've all gone to the pits now. So yeah, Gavin Sadler's the only one in the lead. I mean, that was a prayer basically answered for the leaders. That didn't happen in the K&N race a couple of weeks ago. You just didn't know when to pit. And Gavin Sadler, he pitted on the last yellow. But he hasn't had too many green flag laps on his tyres. It's not a bad move. He's gained a ton of track position. I'm just having a look back now. Matt Dent runners. He had crossed the line in 13th, but I'm sure that will change soon. And Michael Skurlock, he's about 6 or 7 cars behind them in 18th at the moment, but I'm sure those standings will change once they cross the line. We'll have a look.
And Danson will be... He is down to 10th.
Yeah.
Michael Skurlock at 15th.
Yeah,
I find that Phoenix doesn't quite agree with them.
Yeah, it might not. Jason Williams does have some damage to the front end. I'm not too sure what happened here. He obviously got jammed up on a restart and hit someone in the rear. But keep his truck up there. He's only 15 points behind in the championship, so it's looking pretty decent for him at the moment. He's just there in 5th place. We're just about to go back to green flag racing. Lights are out.
Be interesting to see restart with the bunches everyone up and tries to go early.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of that actually throughout a lot of the leagues that we've got here at ANZCAR. People understanding the restarts and getting runs, but yeah, Gavin Sadler, he's gone. Dave Douglas done a pretty decent job, although Dwayne Priest sitting on his inside here going into turn 1, but Dave covers that position, takes second still. Then Williams sort of fighting out on the high side there. Jason Williams underneath him. It's pretty tight. Actually, Dave Douglas has gone to the lead. He's had a great run through turn 1 and 2, and he's gone to the lead about half a truck length. Then he will take that position with the 4 fresh tyres. He's going to look pretty good here. See if Sadler can get back in front of Dwayne. He can't. He's not going to be able to stack them up too much for Dave to get away.
Yeah, I think Sadler's he's going to get punished for not.
He just copped a side banger there from Dwayne Priest, and Stephen Williams has gone with him, and he's dropping like a stone at the moment. So I'm kind of surprised. Seemed to have too many laps on his tyres, but everyone's just ganging up on him at the moment.
Yeah, but you got to remember, it doesn't take very many laps to put sort of considerable wear on your tyres.
It's about about 1% a lap, so yeah, it doesn't take too long.
And you know, unless of course you're a master of keeping your tyres fresh and stuff like that, you know, where you're not actually working the tyres too hard. You know, I mean, like there's a few guys that are really good at that. I mean, you know, Jason Martin always springs to mind. You know, you're just going to burn them off really quickly. So whether it's, you know, 5 or 10 laps under green, You know, that's still 5 or 10% of tyre wear, and you know, once you got that compared to, you know, people with, I mean, you got no chance. As the caution has come out again.
Yeah, that's the 313 truck. I was just having a look at him. Ricky Cornwell, sorry.
Ben Doughty.
Yeah, Ben Doughty. He just got loose entering turn 1 there, lost the rear end on the high side, and he's come around, stopped on the track. No other cars involved, or trucks involved, which is pretty good. Almost actually looked like in front of him. Might have been trying to check up John Sorensen. He looked all over the place. See what happened there. Yeah, John Sorensen actually copped a whack from the 22. I think very sideways. That actually might have brought out the caution in the first place. Yeah, John Sorensen did great. And then the 313 behind them, so he might have been checking up. Not sure who actually bring out the caution, but the 313 was on the track. Stopped.
Yeah, I think, again, the usual story, the 22, probably a bit more pace into turn 1, and you know, sort of go bump in the left rear and sent him up the racetrack.
A lot of cars sort of faking who's going to pit lane. This truck to take pit lane is going to be the 14 of Bradley Cheney. Jackson Callow behind him also pitted. Along with the 19 of Matt Hunter, 64 of John Sorensen, I think it is, and then Ricky Cornwell also pitted. Let's see what Dave has for these guys here now, because Dave actually ran out. I don't know what the actual... I think it was about half a second he got out front, so it looks like he's got a pretty decent truck tonight. Really haven't seen the likes of Danson yet. I want to see Danson get up there, see what he can do to ruffle these guys' feathers. But at the moment, it's a very interesting top 5. You've got Dave Douglas, Dwayne Priest, Stephen Williams, Gavin Sadler, Raymond Yeager. Top 5, Jason Williams behind them. Then Matt Danson, he didn't move from his 10th position where he restarted. Skurlock moved up 2 positions to 13. Gavin Sadler in his 5th spot in the championship standings at the moment. He's 64 points behind him, which is about almost 1.5 race to go, including this race, so it's probably not looking too good for him, but good result here tonight. You never know what's going to happen to these guys.
No, you don't. It's sort of still really anyone's race the way things are going. Unless, of course, everyone crashes out. But that's not very likely.
I'm pretty sure like the top 10 seems to be pretty content. Just everything's sort of behind the top 10. I know everything sort of stacks up back there. But I'm sure we'll get some green flag racing soon. Probably 36 laps into a 125 lap race. So these guys are probably getting frustrated. There actually hasn't been too much chatter on the radio though. Frustrated just yet.
Well, we're kind of waiting for it though.
Yeah, it happens eventually.
Or we'll get the unabridged Matt Danson autobiography.
Yes, yeah, we got that I think in the K&N series a couple of weeks ago. That was pretty good though, because I know that Martinsville race was pretty. The race, the night after wasn't much better, but we all had a bit of fun under caution flag. It was pretty chill there in the K&N series.
Yeah, well, I think that I think that's part of what sets it, the old ANZCAR series apart is even under the caution. No matter how frustrating things are getting, there's always somebody making some bloody wisecrack, just everyone having a bit of a laugh about things. I mean, obviously we'd like to see more green flag runs, but it's not always that easy.
With especially in the truck series, pretty much every week's 35 plus trucks. There's a lot of individuals out there, and they've all got a lot of opinions, and it's good to hear their voice. But anyway, I think we've gone green flag racing now. Dave Douglas, he's zoomed out to the front. That was a big jump there by Dave Douglas. Looks like Stephen Williams, though, he's parking it down into the inside lane. Yeah, I'm not surprised, I guess, but the outside line seems to be doing a lot better than I thought it would here at night-time conditions. Yeah, Stephen Williams in the 3rd place.
Oh, bit of a dive down. Who's that? one of the RCD cars. Oh, trucks rather. Jason Williams on Gavin Sadley. Jason's going to pass him in 1 or 2, or is he? He's got the inside line.
Yeah, he goes down onto the apron.
Caution is out.
That's championship contender Michael Skurlock. He's been hit by Nick Walsh coming out of turn 1. He's kept it clean though. He's just sort of spun it down on the inside. He probably cop I'm not sure if he'll cop a penalty, but yeah, he might cop a penalty during that. But that's what brought out the caution flag. Well, it actually looks like the 016 too. Is that Todd Maxfield? Yeah, something's happened there. I'll just go back and have a look at that too. There's actually a couple of incidents. It looks like to me, I think Skurlock's lost it. And Todd Maxfield, he's just coming through the dog leg. Everyone sort of checks up. He's sort of checked up behind the 15, Ricky Cornwall, and he's gone into the inside wall pretty hard. I think that's his night's done there. It might have been the actual thing that actually brought out the caution flag because he stopped there on the track, obviously with no engine.
Yeah, I'd say that was a pretty big hit, and that'd definitely cause something to break in the something mechanical to break. I think he's just locked it all up, trying to avoid the wreck, and check up enough, and may have been running too far a rearward brake bias, and that'll be all she wrote for him, I'm afraid.
Yeah, I'm just checking out Michael Skurlock's truck. It looks pretty clean. He does have a touch damage there on the left rear. It's not going to really affect anything. He's coming into the pits now. He might even get that sort of fixed. Scary moment for him. Alright, so you should still be able to hear us, but I think we're going to have a bit of visual loss. Just for a couple of seconds. We'll just see how it goes. Should be able to hear us. Dave Douglas, and just following Dave Douglas now in the lead. He's sort of faked the pits, but he didn't. John Torren takes the wave around. He must have been a lucky dog there. He's going past the pace car and back onto the lead lap. Gavin Sadler's still there. He's in 5th place. He's still on those older tyres to the top 4, the guys behind him, but he's sort of not doing too bad there in 5th place, I don't think. Jason Williams in 4th, Steve Williams in 3rd. I know Steve wants to get back to the front. But yeah, Dwayne Priest, he's had a great drive coming into 2nd place now, so he's going to be giving Dave a bit of a run here. We go back to green flag racing. Then Todd Maxfield, he's taken his truck behind the wall and called it a night.
You know, I've noticed over the past while that Dwayne Priest is actually how he's gone from strength to strength with his driving. He's become one of those drivers that's actually one to watch.
Yeah, he's not bad. He always was. And Stephen Williams too. Or just before he joined Illusion actually, but I think, yeah, he's just he's become one of those guys on track that's doing. He's decent. Yeah,
I know the Illusion boys. They their practices and stuff like that, and you speak to Chris Purnell, and he's real proud of the team and the bits and pieces that they've all been building on, and coming back to the starting formation, the lights seem to be out of the pace car. But yeah, as things have gone, the teams have all started coming together, and it shows. And a lot of the drivers that have been getting snapped up into teams, they've actually all been getting much faster. The competition's been getting closer, and I guess that was sort of one of the end goals of what what ANZCAR was trying to do from the onset.
Yeah, that's true. You can definitely see the improvement.
The pace car is off in 4.
Yeah, and Dave Douglas goes barrels again. He's got up in front of Dwayne Priest, going to take 2nd. So what Steve Williams can do, he's got Gavin Taylor all over him. Jason Williams stuck on the outside. Raymond Yeager's going to try and take the outside around Sadler. Yeah, Sadler just on those old tyres. He's doing not too bad here. They'll probably all pit under the next yellow, actually. But yeah, Dave Douglas off to a decent lead. Just over to... There was actually a bit of a hit there in the rear. We'll figure out who that is, the 53 car. Curtis, he went right up into turn 4, smacked the outside wall.
Strong one. I don't think Riley drives the 53. I think that's Edmund's number. 93.
93 it is too. Oh, Jackson Callow almost loses it. I think he has actually lost it. The yellow flag is out. I was in turns 3 and 4. Let's go back and have a look at that. But his engine's done. He's done for the night. He lost it. He lost it right into turn 3. Catch the replay. We got loose entering turn 3 and then no balls, a hard hit. But no other trucks involved, thankfully.
Start. Yeah, that's that old pendulum effect that you get going. You know, sort of, you get a tiny wee bit of a slide, and I mean, you should know. You know, I mean, most of these trucks and these sort of stock car type cars. I mean, everyone sits there with their wheels over a little bit. You know, their steering wheel over a little bit, and it does make it a little bit tricky to catch a slide, and you know, you tend to overcorrect it sort of more often than not. Unfortunate for Jackson, because he is actually a very good driver. You know, he's quite young and everything like that, so you know, he's always one to watch. I mean, you know, a bit of racecraft and learning racecraft and stuff like that, but yeah, unfortunate end for him.
Yeah, it looks like he was just, like, to me, he was just carrying way too much speed for the car in front of him. He had to check up a lot more, so obviously put his foot on the brakes, got him loose in the rear end. And that's actually something I struggle with personally. When you get back into the mid-pack, it's actually, well, to me, it's quite ridiculous how slow you've got to go. And if you're sort of used to racing up there at the front, you're just not used to it, like getting on the brakes that early. So you do actually run up on the guy behind quite often for me anyway. So it's actually a learning factor there in the mid-pack. You're going so much slower and you just can't do what you've been doing in practice or race. And I think that was just what happened to him there. He just got into turn 3 too hot, checked up on the guy in front of him. Yeah, lost the rear end.
Yeah, it's a bit of a different world for the years. I mean, it's not to say that the racing isn't any less intense or anything like that. You know, it's like you say, you know, once you go from sort of that front pack and, you know, the very, very experienced, very fast drivers, and you sort of find yourself in the middle, I mean, you know, it's a bit of a different world, and you've sort of got to try and apply slightly different, you know, techniques of driving. But then again, also Phoenix, you know, regardless of things, I mean, turns 3 and 4 do tend to catch a lot of people out. You know, you do end up going in there a hell of a lot faster than you think you're going in there. Because I know the you know, the track sort of looks like you know, it's got a far less banking, you know, through the corner, and you know, it just looks like there's a bit more room. So the wall doesn't. You know what I mean?
Oh, 100%. I mean, if you have a look at some angles, the exit of turn 4, it's actually almost like a right hand. Once you come off turn 4, that outside wall does jump out at you pretty quickly.
Oh yeah. I know it's caught me out, and I know it's caught a lot of very experienced. So.
Yeah, the lights are out on the safety car, so they're all bunching back up side by side. About to go green flag again. The Sadler did actually pit that time, so I think some people from 5th on back did pit, but Dave Douglas, Dwayne Priest, Stephen Williams, Raymond Yeager, they've all stayed out. And Matt Danson too, I think he might have stayed out, and he's back in 7th position. He's starting to slowly work his way up there.
It should be entertaining to watch this restart. Yeah.
Jackson
car is off.
Jackson Kelly's just taking his truck behind the wall, but yeah, sorry, Dave Douglas has fallen. almost had Stephen Williams a pretty decent run through turns 1 and 2. Just couldn't get on the inside there of Priest. Got Raymond Yeager on the outside of Williams. Behind them. He's done pretty well. I think he's been in a couple of incidents tonight. Obviously got a clean truck and he's up top there still.
Yeah. Just trying to have a look around to see where the action's going on.
Yeah, they're all pretty calm at the moment. Pretty much single file. A couple of side-by-side back on back. Jason Williams, he's trying to work hard on his new tyres to get back up to the front.
Yeah, just sort of... Everyone just seems to be cycling around for a bit. Might hit that point where we see that as we were talking about earlier on.
Yeah, I'm hoping so. Stephen Williams, he's just got into 3rd place now. He's just gone underneath Raymond Yeager through turns 1 and 2. But a truck smoking on the inside. Not sure who that is.
Some guy with a vape pen.
Yeah, could be.
Oh,
who's going to park it?
Yeah, I think that might be a engine. That is Michael Ladder. Now, he did spend a lot of time earlier on in the pits. He may have actually been carrying a bit of damage from an earlier accident, and unfortunately, the way, I mean, you would have seen it, in, for any of the new viewers, the way things go is they can repair your motor to an extent, but there is always that chance that things are going to go wrong, and I think that's most likely what's happened to Michael. Very unfortunate, but it's one of those things with the stock car racing and these trucks. They do that. I know I've had it happen where I've...
Oh, sorry, I think the 75 truck of Williams, Jason Williams, has gone around off turn 4. I think Nick Walsh might have gotten into him. Looks like he's come down on Nick Walsh, sorry, but he's storming through the field. But yeah, he's just gotten tagged coming off turn 4, and he's saved it though. He actually hasn't done anything. But the 19 truck, I think that's a teammate of Matt Hunter. He's also, I don't think he's collecting anything today.
Good job keeping it off the wall though. Oh no, he did touch the wall.
Yeah, I think just the outside wall. It's a pretty decent job though. Basically, one thing happened there, I think I saw Jason Williams, he got checked up to go to the outside or something. Or he was on the outside of Nick Walsh. Yeah, so the 14 truck was right behind the 14 truck, and he checked up top of the track and then tried to get back to the bottom, but unfortunately Nick Walsh was there.
Yeah, it's a bit of a racing deal, that.
Now we'll see if any of the top 5 actually do try and pit this time. Dave Douglas, he's still going to stay out on the racetrack, and it looks like Steve Williams, Dwayne, everyone behind him's pitted. Dave Douglas is stuck out there on his own now on older tyres. Dwayne Priest, he's the first to hit pit lane. Steve Williams behind him.
But can you make it home from where we are now?
If we keep getting the call, we're just under halfway.
Yeah, I was just going to say, it's pretty close to halfway, so... Quickly. So who have we got that's retired?
It looks like Damon Stockton actually only took 2 tyres, because he's the first off pit road, followed by Dwayne Danson sort of back there. Stephen Williams, I think he got out 4th. He's racing the 47 now off pit lane of Brian. Steve Williams got out 3rd. But yeah, I think pretty sure Damon Stockton only took 2 tyres on that stop. As for retirees, I know Jackson Callow did retire, and he's in 23rd at the moment. So it looks like there's 22 trucks still in the race, and they're all on the lead lap. So I think everyone under Callow from 23rd on back has retired for the night. unless they're getting extensive repairs. But every truck's on the lead lap at the moment. That's 22 of them. It's pretty good.
Yeah, that is pretty good.
Just taking a look at our championship leaders. Got Matt Danson now in 9th position. Like spots back 11th, so they're neck and neck at the moment. Jason Williams is up there in 4th. So he obviously didn't pit after that spin or whatever happened there. He's back up to 4th, so he's gaining a lot of points there. What he needs, I think it's 5 points behind if the race finished now. It's all important to him.
Yeah, well, he's playing, which in these series is the way to do it. Show up, finish races, and so that's how you win series.
And I'm thinking you should be able to get a minimum of fuel, like it's bare minimum. Get actually quite a lot more. So these caution laps. So maybe, yeah, I'm not sure if Dave does have to actually pit again, or any of these guys. Gavin Sadler, 43 of Tristan Koch, and Jason Williams. They all didn't. So the top 4 didn't pit. Everyone else did. So we've gone side by side. The lights are out on the safety car, so we're about to go green flag racing again. See what Matt Danton can do. I think if he can get up there, it should make it all interesting. Skurlock right behind him too. So that's championship battle.
Yeah, this might get interesting. Just gonna watch this start between Dave and Gavin. As the pace car goes off, and Dave goes and keeps his lead from Gavin Sadler.
Yeah, he does. Jason Williams, he drives up into 3rd place on the outside there of Kosh. Dwayne Priest behind him. So Dwayne Priest is on the newest tyres there, the truck, the 777 truck, the bright green truck. So we'll see if he can make up any distance pretty quickly. Gavin Sadler all over the back of Dave Douglas at the moment for the lead. And Dwayne seems to be taking a high line through turns 3 and 4, or at least turn 3. I've noticed that throughout the race. Let's see what that comes into effect here. Kosh goes right up the track there in the 43. Yeah, several trucks are going to get underneath him there.
Just watching the battle around 9th and 10th. So,
there is a record will go green though. It was the 15 of Ricky Cornwall and the 25 of Aaron Wilton got together. The race goes on.
Yeah, I'm just watching the 43. He's swamped by a gaggle of Illusion trucks at the moment. Michael Skurlock, he's up to 10th.
Yeah, there's 4 of them.
Yeah, it's always quite intimidating when you're racing and you see a gaggle of the Illusion trucks, or the Xfinity cars, or any of their vehicles, to be honest, all in the same position, or there or thereabouts. Try and work your way through it.
Yeah, Skurlock's gotten in front of them all, including Stephen Williams. He's up into the lead. I'm not sure if they let him go, but he's not into the lead, but he's up into 8th. Danson, look, he's going to get under Raymond Yeager, possibly coming out of turn 4. Yeager went very high. Had a decent run. Actually, I think he clips the wall. Danson will have inside.
Danson's got him in the too.
Yeah, Skurlock got a little bit loose there following him, trying to get under Yeager. Bring it to turn 1, but he kept it. He didn't spin it.
Kind of looked like Yeager was going to try and make a bit of a move back there on Danson coming to 3 and 4, but yeah, I think he's made a mistake, and Skurlock's going to get him around the outside, which could be quite interesting going into 1 and 2.
Dwayne Priest, I'm just looking at the front here. Dwayne Priest all under Gavin Sadler here for 2nd position. It's about almost 2 seconds. 2.5 seconds on back to that second pack, basically, when Kosh got loose there in the early going. It's all the way back, and they're just fighting ferociously here. Matt Danson's now cleared Stockton. He's up in the 5th position. And they're fighting pretty hard here, just at the back end of the top 10. Raymond Yeager, he's on the high side. He's been up there for a little bit now, a few laps, and he's seemed to be making it work. He's not losing too much ground. All the way from this pack as they sort of fight side by side here. They're just going to get slower and give Danson an opportunity to try and catch that top four.
You see now, this is again, you know, what I was talking about earlier on, where where you've got a guy who's real smooth. You know, like he can make his tyres last and he can sort of maintain like a fairly steady lap time, and Matt's pretty good at that. And it tells, like, where you can see him sort of start driving away. Once he gets through the scrummage of the pack.
Yeah, and we saw that at Charlotte in the Truck Series too. He just sort of managed his tyres for the first 10, 15 laps, and then it was just absolutely almost like 2, 3, 4 tenths quicker a lap just from his management. Yes,
I mean that just sort of cements how important it is to actually manage your tyres. Often I speak to Dan, and he's always saying, like, that's probably the most important thing to do, is try and work out how to manage your tyres, and you sort of maintain that extra little bit of pace. I mean that just gives you this massive edge over everyone else. I mean, as you can see, Danson, is he catching up now?
He was 3 seconds off that last lap. We'll just have a look here. The leaders have just crossed the line. He was 3 seconds off. Now he's 2.9. So he's gained about a tenth, just under it.
Yeah, which is plenty considering we've still got 100. Oh, what's that? 55 laps.
Yeah. We are under another yellow flag. That's probably the longest green flag run we've had tonight. I'll just go and have a look and see what happens. Looks like the 64 truck. That's John Sorensen. He's down on the apron in the short shoot, and he gets into Damon Stockton off turn 2, and then we come together. Stockton sort of manages it. There, 64 goes around, doesn't hit the wall though. He's just parked it. Yeah, so it looks like Stockton was on the outside of Brian Richmond. Sort of came down a little bit. 64 was there. Just another racing incident there in the short shoot. And now Dave Douglas, Gavin Sadler, they all hit pit lane. So Dwayne Priest actually stays out there, so he's going to inherit the lead. But Dave Douglas, Gav Sadler, Jason Williams, Matt Danson, Raymond Yeager, they've all stayed. So they've come to the pit lane, whilst Damon Stockton and Brian Richmond, they've stayed out on the racetrack along with Dwayne Priest.
Ooh, I wonder how that's going to work out for Dwayne, eh?
Yeah, just looking at Dave now, he seems to stop pretty well there in the pit lane, so we'll see if he can come out in first position or if he takes 2 tyres. It doesn't look like it's going to be a 4-tyre stop. He's gone. And will he beat Sadler out? It's going to be a good race off the pit road, but no, Sadler gets him. Sadler, Douglas, Williams, Danson. And it looks like Mark Skurlock came out behind them, along with Cheney, Yeager, Ben Doherty, Ricky Cornwall, Nick Walsh, and Stephen Williams. I was a bit surprised there with Dwayne Priest. He just couldn't get around those front two. I don't know if they were taking his line, but he was sort of pretty much mired there back in 3rd place. He really couldn't make too much of a gain on Sadler, but we'll see what he does out front now. He's going to have slightly older tyres, but yeah, he might be able to control the clean air there.
Yeah. I think that might be playing or might have played a big part of what Dwayne was struggling with, eh? Should be entertaining.
Yeah, we'll just look at the top 5 now. You got Dwayne Priest, Brian Richmond, Damon Stockton, Gavin Sadler, and Dave Douglas. Jason Williams behind in the championship contention there, except he's got Matt Danson now and Skurlock right behind them in 6th, 7th, and 8th. Those 3, so they've all caught back up to each other.
Notice a car pulling off down on the backstretch. Terry Marwood, I think he may have run into some mechanical difficulties. So he's just parked it behind the fence.
Yeah, he's done for the night. We saw him in a wreck earlier in the race. He probably had a lot of damage to that truck. Really couldn't make up the positions. We've still got 19 cars left on the lead. Hunter, Terry Muddle, who's just retired, and Gareth Anderson, it's 1 lap down. Still 21 trucks on the lead lap. Just only 2 of them that aren't on the lead lap.
I'll tell you what's happened with Terry is he's just pulled out of the pits and made it just past the line, and by the looks of things his motor is gone. It's a bit unfortunate for him.
Yeah, it is. It is about 1 to go, except Stockton's taken quite a while to catch back up to the lead car there and get behind him. They've finally done it. It's created a bit of a gap down back into the field. Let's have a look here because we're just about to go green flag racing. Dwayne Priest, he goes just on the exit of turn 4 and he's gone. And Kosh is sort of stuck there with him and he'll probably take the inside line here. Gareth Taylor trying to fight Stockton on the outside. We'll see how that works out. At the moment, Kosh is sitting in 2nd position. Dave Douglas in 5th. It looks like Stockton is just going to still keep on the inside there of Sadler. Sadler's actually just gotten around him and he's on the outside of Kosh now, the 47 truck heading into turn 3. It's a great run just on these new tyres basically. Oh, they get cops a hit.
Oh, and Danson is into the wall, and I think there's a big wreck further back.
Yeah, that's taken out a few good trucks. I'm not sure where Skurlock ended up in that, but yeah, Danson definitely involved. Jason Williams involved.
Kevin Bomford involved. Just trying to...
Yeah, Skurlock made it for championship hopes, but yeah, Danson took quite a bit of a knock. He doesn't seem to have any smoke trailing from him. I'll just take a look at his truck. Rear end damage. Oh, and there it goes. The engine's just expired on that truck. It's blown up down the backstretch. So Dan, right.
Jason Williams, bit of a roller.
Yeah, it was quite a big incident. I'm just going to have to go back and have a look at what happened from the very beginning.
It's one of those typically Phoenix-style incidents. It's out of 3 and 4, and you've got nowhere to go on this racetrack when it all goes wrong down the front stretch.
Yeah, so to me it looks like Sadler had a great run on his 4 fresh tyres. Kosh has just stuck to his lane. I think Sadler's just come down on him, unfortunately, and he sort of saved it. He copped the smack from Stockton behind, but everyone checking up pretty much behind Stockton was just a casualty and pretty much just lost it under brakes and into Danson. Yeah, Danson copped it very hard and mayhem behind them. Pretty much blocked the front straight away. Nick Walsh involved, Cheney, Stephen Williams.
Yeah, it's a big wreck, quite unfortunate. A few of the front runners, or rather front runners in the championship got involved in that. So,
yeah, so Jason Williams, he's also billowing out of his truck, so he's pretty much done for the night too. So as long as Skurlock can hold on, he's going to be the championship standings. Catch a break here and get some points on these guys. Bowman is sitting in 4th position.
That's 10 cautions in. How many 37 laps under yellow? Jesus, quite a bit.
Yeah, not even averaging 10 laps of caution there.
Yeah, it's we did talk about it before the race started, and Phoenix is living up to reputation. Unfortunately, it's not a very good reputation, but I have seen some good racing around here. So I do hold hope that it'll get to a point where we get some really brilliant green flag racing. But like I say, it's a bit like a super speedway. It's either hit or miss, and it's hit or miss in a big way. Unfortunately, at ISM.
Yeah, it is. Sort of would have actually been good for the All-Star race, which is coming up in a couple of weeks. I was sort of backing Phoenix, hoping that would sort of get through, because I think that'll actually put on a good show. But I think under like sort of shorter runs or heats, maybe it would have been good. But I'm not sure about a 150 lap race like it was announced. Yeah, that's definitely not going to be running the All-Star race. I think at the moment it looks like it's going to be a battle between Charlotte and Las Vegas.
To be honest, I'd actually like to see the All-Star race at Vegas, because, you know, Charlotte gets used quite a bit for racing. You know,
Yes.
where Vegas doesn't. You know, so it'll be a bit of a treat to see Vegas used, but, you know, it's obviously all going to come down to the drivers and, you know, pretty much where they want to see the race happen. So we'll see. But I'm kind of secretly rooting for Vegas.
Yeah, so am I actually. Out of the two 1.5 milers, I'm definitely going for Las Vegas. But there's been a couple of, actually quite a few non-drivers that participate in that vote. So it's about 45 votes, I think. And yeah, at the moment, Las Vegas is definitely beating Richmond. So it looks like the battle between Charlotte and Las Vegas. We'll see what happens. Meanwhile, at the front, the safety car lights are out, so we're about to go green flag racing again with Dave Douglas still in the lead.
Laps in, pace cars off, and Dave is going to go now.
Marcus Gerlach, we'll see what he's going to do in fourth position. He's right up under the 313. Take that position, although 313 sticks pretty decent there on the outside. Drag race coming to the dogleg. Is that Ben Doherty? Sadler has a quick move to the outside of Dave Douglas. Can't. Yes, Gerlach still on the inside there. Ben Doherty.
Old Gerlach right down on the apron there through 3 and 4, eh?
Yeah, he's got Sadler right on the outside now here of Dave Douglas. They go through the dog leg. And have a great run into turn 3. We'll see if we can clear him on the high side. But half a truck lead, nah, Dave gets it back the way down in there on the inside. Gerlach's way up high in the distance behind these guys. Sadler's going to get a good run still off turn 4 and sticks right beside Dave. You can get a good run through turn 2 here. I think he'll actually get
three wide.
Yeah, they are right behind them. Kosh does well, pulls it up. I thought he was about to get loose.
And Gavin Sadler's taking the lead.
There he has, and you got Ben Doherty all over the back of Dave Douglas now.
There's a bit of a big battle happening here between Gerlach and Kosh and Priest, and I think that's Raymond Yeager in the 23, just behind the front 3.
Yeah, so I think out of these guys, Priest has the fresher tyres. Gerlach just starting to pull away now. Gotten clear of Brian Richmond, who'll start to pull away. Still got Raymond Yeager and John Sorensen behind them. Up the front, so now you got Dave Douglas. He's caught back up to Gavin Sadler. They've pulled away from Doherty just a little bit. You got Dave working the back of Sadler. Douglas now. See what he's like into turn 1. A touch of damage there to the left rear there of Sadler. Not sure if that's playing any effect. Yeah, Douglas seems to get a pretty decent run out of turn 2, gains a little bit of time. Ducks down on the apron, so he's going to pick up a little bit more ground. See what he does coming into turn 3. Oof, very close to running up the back of Sadler. Got a little bit loose there actually on the under brakes. But under the yellow line on the left rear, on the left side tyre, sorry, and yeah, down the front stretch. Very close. He actually pulls on the inside. He's dummy, fakes it. See if he can get a good run on the outside. No. Just the front end.
No, I think he's had a bit of a minor understeer going through there. He got real tight. No, Dave, he's a big fan of the old Kyle Busch, and I think he might have been trying for the old KB manoeuvre there, the old bump and run on Gavin Sadler, but not to be, unfortunately.
He was close if that's what he was trying. He just sort of like pull his tyres down again now and go for it again. Sort of evened out now between Ben Doherty, and I think this has brought Gerlach and Priest right back into him. He's got cones going everywhere down the back stretch.
Skurlock and Priest still going at it hammer and tongs, eh? What have we got going on behind them? So a three-way battle between Richmond, Jaeger and John Sorenston. 6th, 7th and 8th. Behind them, Damon Stockton driving out on his own. 9th. Followed by, well, Matt Hunter's the next car behind him, but he's 14th place. 10th is Stephen Williams. 11th, Riley Curtis. Riley's obviously carrying a bit of damage from an earlier incident, so we don't know how that will be affecting his truck a little bit.
Jason Williams is pulled back out on track, so he's just going to try and collect as many points as he can, see if he can make that 55 laps.
35 laps. Tristan Cock in 13th and Gareth Anderson 15th. Michael Latta, he's still going in 23rd position. Can you believe it? Then cars down pit road. Kevin Bomford, Bradley Cheney parked up.
Yeah, you got Dave Douglas. He's right on the back of Sadler here, going through the dog leg. See what he does head into turn 3. He takes the inside line. See if he can make it stick. Got Sadler pushing hard on the outside. No, I don't think Dave can get it done that time. Very close though. That was a good opportunity.
I think if this race continues the way it's going to be quite an entertaining finish. Let's see if Dave can get it done. Oh, there's a puff of smoke. Somebody's...
Yeah, it's just a lap down car. He's pulled Gray down below the apron, so that shouldn't be a problem.
I think that's Michael Latta. He's still trying to finish the race, eh?
Oh, I'm not sure if Dave collected the wall coming off turn 4. If he didn't, he got very, very close. He did all he can. Then yellow flag.
Oh. Let's see if we can find what's going on.
Yeah, I actually can't find anything. Flicking through a replay, I'm not sure what brought that caution flag out.
Not sure if that was just Michael Latta. He's trying to make his way back to the pits. Clearly, looks like no power in that vehicle.
Parked it on the apron.
May have been that's caused
Oh, I've got him now on screen. Back to the line, through the pits. The 2 truck. Pretty good looking 2 truck actually. I like his paint scheme, the old Pennzoil Menards truck.
Yeah. You sort of have to take your head off for him. I mean, he's trying real hard to finish this race. He obviously had a bit of a bad. I think it was actually one of the first trucks involved in a wreck, right in our first wreck that we had tonight, and he's still going. No.
Yeah, meanwhile everyone at the front's pitted. You got Sadler's pitted. There's actually a few trucks out there that haven't. Not sure if they're going to get the wave rounds. Just got to figure out who they are. But yeah, you got most of the top there guys sort of came into pit lane. I think Damon Stockton, he actually stayed out on track. I'm not sure where the 25 truck is in the standings. He's in 16, so he's a lap down, so Stockton will inherit the lead. Yeah, Dave Douglas beats Gavin Sadler out of the pits, then Ben Doherty, Skurlock, Dwayne Priest, pretty much where they all came in. Aaron Wilton will get the wave round, but he's 6 laps down, so he's pretty much not in this at the moment. And there's 14 trucks still on the left. Left on the lead lap. It's 14th place was Matt Hunt, but now it's Christian Bosch. The standings sort of regenerate themselves. Trucks come in and out of pit lane. Damon Stockton has inherited the lead from Dave Douglas.
Ooh.
There's going to be a good race, I think, between Douglas and Sadler now. Sadler's going to get that inside run. We'll see if how good Stockton can get out. But second place car's actually been getting a decent run, and the place car. But I mean, Douglas, everyone behind Stockton's pretty much got fresh tyres. So the race is between Dave Douglas and Gavin Sadler. They seem to be the best two trucks up there left.
So we're picking any sort of a wild card. I'd say Skurlock would be one to watch. Skurlock and Priest.
Yeah, well, Priest was very quick earlier. Is he now? The line in 6th. They line up 2 by 2. Had to go green flag racing again. Yeah, the laps are definitely winding down. Lap 98 now, so only 28 laps to go or something.
I think we're down to 23 laps to go. Be good if ran green all the way. Really make it tight in the front.
Yeah, I'm going to say Douglas. I think he's going to get this job done. Just has to get a good run here. Restart as he sort of lines up there on the outside of Stockton. We'll see when he's definitely bunching him up, Stockton. Dave Douglas sticking with him. Let's see when they go. Keeping him. Now he goes. Stockton goes pretty early. Doesn't take Dave with him. I don't know if Sadler can get up under Dave Douglas, which I think he has, but he got a good push there, Dave, from Doherty. Get down into turn 1. Sadler's going to take that position. It's going to be a good race here. They've kept off each other though. Dave's got a good run coming off turn 2. Stockton hasn't gotten away on those older tyres. Pretty close. Dave can just get to the outside of Stockton there. I think he might be able to make a move. He's way up high in the marbles. He's lost a lot of time. He's clipped the ball.
3 wide in the
3
front.
wide in the lead. Yeah, Doherty in the 3-1-3.
He's not mucking around. Oh, Skurlock's moved up into 4th position.
It's furious here, that whole top 7. Dave Douglas just got to the back of Stockton. He's going to save it though.
So you don't know if that may have been frustrations or something else.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Dave's still stuck on the outside now. He's got Kosh behind him. Oh, sorry, Brian Richmond. It is in the 47. Yeah, Dave's just losing time out of those top 3. In caution flag.
So Ben Doty didn't expect that in that little run there, Danny.
No, not at all. So he's put himself in a pretty good position now. Less than 25 to go.
That looks like it was Nick Walsh who's what's happened here? Has he had it coming together with somebody? Or has he just lost it on his own? He comes down on the
25
and into the inside wall. Ooh. It's a big heavy. I think that'll probably be him for the night.
And we're disappointed with that after qualifying second. So he was up there at the start of the race, but he has been in a few incidents tonight. He's obviously got a damaged racetrack. Yeah, that hit there just ended his night.
Yeah, rather unfortunate. So, have the leaders pitted? Doesn't look like it.
No, they've all stayed out. It's probably helped Dave Douglas a little bit now. He's going to get at least back up to the front. Well, he was up there anyway, but he did lose on time. This race is winding down now.
So that is our 12th caution, and 44 laps behind the pace car. I think if anyone's going to get the clean driving award tonight, it's going to be the pace car. Most laps led.
Yeah, it's coming up to almost half the race, unfortunately. But I sort of did after all. Yeah, Phoenix just seems to do that here.
It's still not the worst we've seen. So it was 94 out of 100 laps or something like that. But yeah, it's unfortunate. I'd really like to see some brilliant racing at Phoenix again. I have seen it. It is good when you're taking part in a race that's like that. But yeah, there's a lot of incidents that you first got to get through, and then eventually the racing cleans up. But yeah.
Yeah, might just have to ban it for a while. I know we banned Iowa for a little bit, probably a year. We came back with the Truck Series. That was an unbelievable race. That was actually fantastic. It was a few months ago, I think. Yeah, the 5th round of the season.
I was, again, it's one of those tracks like ISM and bloody the super speedways. It's hit or miss. You're either going to have a fantastic time there, you're going to have a terrible time there. Again, personally, I like that track. It's not easy, and you sort of got to drive the outer lane. But yeah, again, one of those things. Personal preference there. So some of these racetracks, because I have seen good racing on them, where a lot of people they'll complain that there's never good racing on them just because they haven't seen good racing on them or been part of it. So pace kind of lights are out.
Yeah, and I haven't got a driver list in front of me, but I don't think Ben Doherty has. I'm not sure if he has won an ANZCAR race this year, so he's probably make the All-Star race. So he's got something to race for here. We'll have 20 laps to go. 20 laps to get it done. He's got fast and furious Gavin Sadler though behind him. Actually, I think he might be trying to race his way in too. Car ducks down and Ben Doherty's gone pretty much as soon as the pace car went out. Gavin Sadler tries to get to the bottom. He thinks better of it though because Skurlock was there, but a great start there by Ben Doherty. He's off to the races here. Skurlock, actually Gavin Sadler's crept up quite a bit there on Doherty. Dave Douglas with a strong run through turn 2. He's trying to make it 3 wide through the dog leg. Let's get there behind Skurlock.
Man, Skurlock drives low down to the apron, eh?
Yeah, he does. It cost him there coming out of turn 4 though. He's going to lose a couple of positions.
He's still got that inside line with Douglas. So.
He gets a bit loose down there. I think he touched the yellow line.
Curse of the commentator.
Yeah, that is a real thing. So now we can just see if Gavin Sadler has anything for Ben Doherty. But I think Doherty's best friend is now Dave Douglas, going to try and race Gavin Sadler here for second. If they can get to racing, Doherty's going to fan out, but he's going to banking on this going green for the rest of the way, which is still 108 laps out of 125. So statistically, it's not looking good. But it wouldn't surprise me if these guys do finish under a strong green flag run.
It'd be good. It'd be a nice way to sort of end off the race. Be interesting to see as they cross the line. Yeah, Sadler and Douglas have made some time out with Doherty. So is it going to be enough? As we see cones go flying again down the short chute.
Start penalising people for that next year. 5 points a cone.
Oh. Nobody have any points left after IMC.
No, I think it was Jason Williams. It was a while ago, about halfway through the race or something. He actually hit a cone that was flying off another car and it got trapped under his truck and he dragged it through well off turn 4 down the front stretch. I've never seen that happen before.
I'm surprised it didn't break anything on it. So Michael Latters parked his car behind the fence.
Yeah, and Sam Sadler makes another 10th in there on Ben Doherty. I think, yeah, Dave's probably just used up a bit of his tyres now because he had a ferocious battle there last restart. So I think he's used all the good up in that. Sadler sort of had a clean run. Now Sadler's charging actually into the lead here. He's closed that gap quite remarkably. He's probably going to take off 2/10 here. We'll have a look. It was 3.5 behind last lap. He's down to just 3/10. So he took off, just shaved off a fraction. Seems to have the better truck at the moment.
Yeah, but he's, you know, it's one thing getting up behind him and closing that gap. It's another thing passing him, making that pass stick. So I think if this goes green all the way, this is going to be quite interesting. You know, it also looks like Dave Douglas is also he's closed that gap back to Gavin Stadler. You know, in the same breath. So we might, you know, we might end up seeing a very big three-way battle by the end of this race. And what are we up to? We've, you know, 12 laps to go. Yeah, this could get real interesting.
Yeah, it's definitely to that. Dwayne Priest, I'm just having a look back just behind them. Dwayne Priest is working Brian Richmond on the inside. Can't get it done though. But yeah, Dave Douglas is creeping up here on Gavin Sadler, and I think, yeah, he down to the wire here. Sadler gets a good run off turn 2. He's very low through the dogleg, then back on the outside. Ben Doherty trying to. He does. Sadler gets a great run through the entry of turn 3. Closes up in the centre, but just can't get the run on the outside. Oh, sorry, off turn 4. Now Dave Douglas is going to have that opportunity.
I think he lost all his momentum there.
He's throwing that car. He's throwing it in turn 1, sorry, Gavin Sadler. Probably just using up those front tyres there. See if Dave Douglas can manage his tyres. Sadler looks like he gets a good run through the middle. Get them pretty close to Doherty here. Going to have Jason Williams to deal with soon. Hopefully Williams gets out of the way and lets these guys race, which I'm pretty sure he will. He's 70 laps down anyway. He sticks to the high side. Gavin Sadler down on the inside now, trying to get under Doherty. Drives the outside, goes into turn 3 on the outside. He's there. I think they might hit. Oh, I'm not sure if they did. It was close.
Bit of a rub.
Yeah, this gives Dave Douglas an opportunity. He just can't get it done.
I think Sadler's going to...
Oh, yellow.
Oh, no. So where does that put us? That might be a green white checker.
Yeah, I think it will be. That's just... It's trying to get out of everybody's way. It looks like Brian Richmond just got into him. They were both pretty high coming out of turn 4, and that sent Jason up into the wall, and then he's been clobbered by the 98 of Stephen Williams and ended 75's night in the inside wall. Yeah, a bit disappointing there, but yeah, that's going to give us a pretty... It probably will be a green white check. There's going to be a massive restart here.
So, do we think anyone's going to grab a set of tyres? I wouldn't.
I wouldn't either. Left in the race here, so the incident, like the caution, might not actually come out. Gamble, you pit for tyres and the caution comes out and ends the night.
Well, you don't pit for tyres. You spot.
Everybody, no one's pitted for tyres. The only one that has is Riley Curtis, but he is not on the lead lap. Oh, yes, he is, sorry. So, yeah, Riley Curtis has come down from 12th. He's made his way on the lane. We'll see what he can do. It doesn't look like he's got too badly damaged truck. Bit of right front damage.
The 25 comes around for his lucky dog. So we might see some trucks getting loose on the restart. Considering that's probably the most of a run we've seen all night long.
Yeah, that's true. I reckon this restart is going to be pretty hectic. We've got Brian Richmond in fourth. He's going to be looking for a good night. You know, he might play spoiler here if these front three get together.
Yeah, you never know. Just try and watch when this pace car's lights go out so we can have an idea of how many laps, because it's not just going to be the front three who are going to be going at it. The whole field's going to be trying to make positions in as little time as possible. So it's, yeah, I don't know. I'm not really holding out too much hope that this is going to go green all the way on this last restart. This will be the last restart. Next flag, well, next caution ends it.
Yeah, I've still got 12 trucks out there that are on the lead lap. And then Stephen Williams, he's one lap down there in 13th. A couple of stragglers behind there, but yeah, still more than enough trucks out there to cause another wreck. They're all going to be going for it because there's only going to be, I think, 3 or 4 laps. This car will probably turn its lights out this lap. That'll be lap 121. So we'll get the green lap 21, 22. 3 laps. So not as bad as Martinsville. This is only the 13th caution, but we're still up well after, still lap 50 in yellow flag laps. The 125 lap race, so it wasn't ideal, but we were coming to the thick end of it now.
Yeah. Lap 122, we're going to go green. So not quite a green light checker. There's going to be about 3 laps of racing. 3-4 laps of racing.
It's going to be a big 4 laps here for Doherty. Interested to see if he can hold on to them. He's got to get a good start. I dare say he'll go early like he did last time. He wants to pull out a little bit of a gap. We'll have a look. He went last time in the pace car. Exited the track. He does, and he's gone. He's done the same thing.
Away.
He's taken Douglas. If Dave can get down there into turn 2. He got Brian Richmond on the outside. He's fighting him hard.
Oh. A lot of speed coming into 1 and 2.
Yeah. Oh, Priest has gone around. Still green though. Yeah, Dave Douglas, he got loose going into turn 1. He lost a lot of ground. So we'll see what Gavin Sadler can do now. He's only 3 laps to go coming across the line. It's going to be down to Sadler and Doherty. They're still fighting behind them. In fact, Dave Douglas has turned Brian Richmond, and that's going to end the night. Nobody spun there, actually. Raymond Yeager's now spinning, but it's a bit of a dive there by Dave, and just taking Brian Richmond.
Fortunate, but well done to Bing.
Yeah, congrats. Awesome race. That'll be massive for him. He'll be very happy.
Well, there we go. Now he can join the big elite all-star race.
Yeah, so that's like 31, 32 drivers.
Oh, good grief. Should be a quite an entertaining long race too.
Yeah, it will be. 200 laps for the 1.5 miler. Or if Richmond ends up getting through, which I don't think it will, that'll be 250 laps. That's going to be in the Cup car, so it's just a little bit longer than a Truck Series race, but shorter than a Cup Series race. Just coming off turn 4 now, and we'll start lap 125, so for the last lap for the night for Ben Doherty. And that was well deserved. That was didn't see that happening at all, but yeah, at the end of the race, and he's managed to make it work.
It's a bit of the old little racing.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, that's why a lot of people come back. You just don't know. Can get a lot of luck, and even if he didn't have the fastest truck tonight, he had a pretty decent truck when he was out in the lead. But yeah, sometimes it's just you just never know your luck.
No, that's right.
All right, so they're just coming out of turn 4 now, and your race winner will be Ben Doherty. Then followed by Gavin Sadler, Dave Douglas, Michael Skurlock, and Matt Hunter round out the top 5.
And that is that.
Yeah, John Thrones 6th, Brian Richmond 7th, Riley Curtis, Damon Stockton, Tristan Koch rounded out the top 10, and Raymond Yeager in 11th. They were the guys left on the lead lap. And then back in 12th, 2 laps down, was Dwayne Priest. He just popped a little bit of a problem there at the end of the restart. Ben Doherty now doing some burnouts there on the side of the track. So he's having a little bit of fun. And yeah, sorry, back in 12th, Dwayne Priest, Aaron Wilton, Stephen Williams, Gareth Anderson in 15th. And then Jason Williams, that's not going to be great for his championship run, although he did make a couple of points there on Matt Danson. But the big winner out of all this is going to be Skurlock. So he was tied at the start of the night, and he finished in 3rd. Matt Danson in 18th. So 15, that's going to be 15 points, and he was 15 points down, actually, if you come to think about it. So he might make that all the way back up. Actually, he was only 14 points down, so he might make that up. You never know, he could be the championship leader coming out of this. I'll have to do those calculations.
Well, we'll find out for the next race, of course, if not before that, but officially before the next race.
Yeah, I'll have it up very
through the results.
Now, right, so the results for this: Ben Doherty in first place, Gavin Sadler in second, followed by Michael Skurlock, Matt Hunter, John Sorensen in fifth. Brian Richmond took out sixth place, along with Riley Curtis, Damon Stockton, Tristan Koch, and Raymond Yeager in 10th place. Then followed by Dave Douglas. He just lost a little bit of ground at the end there and couldn't make that work, but he finished in the 11th laps down. Dwayne Priest in 12th, followed by Aaron Wilton, Stephen Williams, Gareth Anderson, Jason Williams, Nicholas Walsh, Matt Danson in 18th, Bradley Cheney, Kevin Bomford round out top 20. And in 21st, you got Ricky Cornwall, Terry Marwood, Michael Ladder, Jackson Callow, Kai Sloggett, Todd Maxfield, Aaron Dillon, Daryl Hockey, Jake Maloney, and Otis Caldwell round out the top 30. And then behind them, Reece Saunders and Matthew Clewett round out the top. Basically, the rest of the field. There were 32 cars who took laps tonight, and that was your finishing position. We'll just have a look for some people who are interested in commentating. We've got Michael Skurlock in the green room at the moment. We'll bring him in. Michael Skurlock, how are you doing tonight?
Yeah, no, good mate. I got the wrong button there. How are you?
Yeah, I'm not too bad, thanks. Yeah, so 3rd place. Pretty intense there, but it seemed to be a pretty good, decent gain in the points if you think about it that way.
Oh, yeah. I got 4th, didn't I? I thought 4th place.
Sitting in 3rd on my standings, but yeah, you never know.
All right, I'll take it. I'll take the 3rd. If it's 3rd, I'm even happier. But yeah, I'm just stoked. You know, it comes down to luck. It's been a luck thing for me every week, it seems like, lately. And I'm on a bit of an upswing, except for last week where I actually got disconnected from the server twice and that's why I was so far behind. But just trying to stay out of trouble, trying to drive calmly and carefully, and it seems to be paying off at the moment. But I feel sorry for Danson and all the other boys that got just taken out randomly in this one.
Yeah, they pretty much just ran into it. Some wrecks that happened in front of them. There was a couple of big ones on the front stretch that they all got caught up in. But no, you did a pretty good job there. So third place wasn't too bad. Was there anyone you'd like to shout out to before I let you go for the night?
Yeah, just the Illusion fellas for helping us out as always. And Performance E-Streaming for putting it on, and everyone that races just for making the races up. Thank you very much.
Cool, man. Well, you have a good night. I think you pretty much haven't done the points yet, but I'm pretty sure you'll be out on top. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes. But we'll post that on Facebook. And, yeah, you have a good night.
Cheers, guys. Thank you.
Okay. Hello, I'm Carl Withy. I'll be joining you for the end of that. Unfortunately, Roger had to run away, so I'll be here with Danny just for the end. So what I might do is just grab Matt Hunter over quickly, who managed to finish in 4th place. Matt Hunter, Carl Withy here with Danny G from Performance E-Stream. How are you going?
Not too bad, how are you?
Very good, thank you. So, 4th place for yourself. Good race.
Yeah, it was good. It's just a case of surviving and getting through to the end, really.
Yeah, there were a lot of incidents out there tonight. Did you get involved in any yourself? I don't seem to recall any, but there were quite a few out on track.
Yeah, no, I had a couple. I spun myself out, locked the brakes up trying to avoid getting into stuff, and I spun myself out, I think, a couple of times. And then there was one where I wasn't quick enough on the brakes and I just hit someone in the back there. But yeah, other than that, it wasn't too good. I had no damage to repair and bits, so yeah, it was real good.
That is good to hear. So yeah, it was pretty, well, it wasn't an overly clean drive, because obviously you had a couple of incidents, but you managed to keep out of trouble with most of it there. What do you feel sort of kept you out of the majority of trouble towards the end?
Well, just trying to anticipate it, really. Just the first half of the race, you know there's going to be heaps of cautions, so I just sat in last place and rode around the back. Just trying to keep my eye out for cautions, and when they happen, just get on the anchors and stop, basically. Trying to avoid it.
That's good to hear. Danny, any questions for Matt here?
Yeah, hey, Matt. I was just wondering, are you pretty happy with 4th place? Because we saw you, I think you were trying to miss an incident down the front stretch and got a bit loose and sort of lost control of your truck, but you didn't hit anything. So it was a good recovery, and yeah, a good recovery drive to come up in 4th place.
Yeah, I think 4th was probably my best result in the trucks. Yeah, like I said, I just try to stay clean and have a nice clean truck for the second half of the race, and half the field's usually gone by then at the rate that we're going at the moment. And then they start getting racy, yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, it was a good drive. It wasn't too bad of a race to watch. It was very interesting at the end there. I don't think Ben Doherty had won a race before, so it's good to see him win. But yeah, 4th place. Congratulations.
Yeah, no, it's good. I got lucky on that last caution as well. I managed to, I think I was about 8th when the caution came out, and I managed to duck through while a couple of cars spun, so that made up a few positions as well.
That's good to hear. Anyone you'd like to shout out tonight, Matt?
Yeah, I'd like to thank my team, Riley Curtis Designs and Block Spice Racing, and my teammates, Dave, Riley, and Jason. Unfortunately, bad night for Jason, but we'll keep chucking on and give it all we can.
Lovely. Thank you so much, Matt. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Also, I've just got the standings up now, the new revised standings. You've got Michael Skurlock up in top spot at the moment. He's 15 points clear of Matt Danson in 2nd. And Jason points behind. Gavin Sadler, 57 points behind. And Jackson Callow, dropped down a position to 5th, 58 points behind. So it looks like Skurlock had a pretty good, decent lead now. He's got like about half a race, or just under half a race lead with 2 to go. We've got Richmond and Dover. Still 2 tracks where, not safe yet, but he's looking pretty sturdy.
Yes, he drove really well. A very good recovery drive tonight indeed, and he managed to just keep out of the incidents. There were quite a few accidents there where he just managed to avoid the carnage that was happening around him.
Yeah, he definitely did. Like, he was back in the thick of things, but yeah, he just drove a clean race and just sort of got out of everyone's way. Well, not out of everyone's way, but just gave a lot of room, and he didn't get caught up in anything. So yeah, it's good to see.
Very much, yes. An instant filled race, and apologies on the streaming end of things, my end of things. Again, just some troubles with the stream, unfortunately, but hopefully everything came across relatively clear.
Yeah, I'm sure it's good as always. I'll give it a watch tomorrow. But without anybody left to interview, we should probably just wrap this up.
Yeah, I'll let you finish up here, Danny.
Cool. Well, yeah, I'd like to say thanks for watching tonight. And yeah, next Monday night, we got Richmond, so 125 laps at Richmond. So that's always a good race. And then that's followed up by Dover the next week. But from everybody here at Performance E Streaming and ANZCAR, we'll thank you, and we'll see you next week.